Wait, Erock.
What?
You can't take that.
Yes, I can.
That's not. You gave that away. That has instructions.
Yeah.
If that asshole's telling you to give this away,
Who's that asshole?
Well, Whoa! Oh man! You see that, Sal?
Sam was right.
Got hit
Okay.
in the eye with that shit. Whatever the fuck it is.
Your nose. Wow. Whew. Erock is.
Who is he talking about?
He's talking about Greg Opie Hughes.
Is
Oh,
this
I didn't
another
know.
scenario where something is meant to be given away and Eric's taking it back?
Well, whew. Eric, you are not happy in there, huh?
whatever.
You want me to tell you what happened, Sal?
Definitely, of course.
All right, so I was just told, and Eric, this is legit.
I heard it too.
You heard it, okay.
Yeah.
On his way out, I was told I have on Opie's way out. Here on After Opie and Anthony Live today,
But first he said, "Who wants it?"
I was told that I have 2 very special prizes to give away. So you can call up if you want, 866-WOW1-WOW, and we can figure out some way to give them both prizes to the person who deserves them the most. The first prize is, of course, dated April 8th, 2013, completed Greg Opie Hughes Sudoku puzzle, signed, successfully completed.
During Scorch.
Probably while the show was on. Yeah, he let Scorch and PFG TV do the heavy lifting. And while that was going on, Opie was able to complete an entire Sudoku puzzle. And the really nice thing about these Sudoku puzzles is that they come with extra laughs because Sudoku is located right on the funny pages.
Ooh.
So you'll get a little Zitz, Jumpstart, Hagar the Horrible. There's even, what's down here? Red and Rover, Doonesbury. All that complete with the Sudoku puzzle. The second prize, and this is the prize that was just very aggressively thrown back in my face, which I don't understand.
It hit your eye.
Yo, how come?
I apologize. It wasn't supposed to hit you in the face. I was just throwing it back over to you.
You're just showing your aggression. That aggression wasn't meant towards me.
No, it wasn't meant towards you.
Because the second prize is a gift intended for Opie's child. Purchased by Erock. It's a John Cena headband and wristband set.
Yeah, the little kid thing.
It's not a kid thing. It's a full-size adult thing.
It was in the kids section.
This is the shit that John Cena wears. A kid? Did you think a kid's head was that big?
It was in the section of the store with all the kid clothes, so I thought that's what it was.
Apparently, Erock decided to get Opie some John Cena C-Nation merchandise for his kid.
How much is it?
And Opie left it here with the specific instructions that this is to be given away.
Can I get it?
How much was it, Eric?
It wasn't. I think it was like $10, $15.
It's probably closer to 15, wasn't it?
Somewhere in there.
I mean, it's a set of wristbands, and it's WWE, and it's WrestleMania. It's not coming cheap. Like, it's more expensive at WrestleMania than it is on the website. You're upset about that, Eric?
Oh, that's just another dick move.
Can Eric autograph it for the
Because
giveaway?
that's not even what he was keeping it for. He wanted to hold on to it tomorrow for his for someone else in his family. He said, "Make sure I get this tomorrow." So there you go. And that's what he did.
Why did you buy his son some C-Nation stuff?
Well, I didn't know what other kid stuff you would get.
But why are you buying his son goodies at WrestleMania?
Because he doesn't get anything.
His kid?
No, from the wrestling thing, I got it for him. I was like, here, look, bring this home because you brought something home from the event. He wasn't going to go to the store or anything, so I gave it to him.
Yeah, but his kid's like 2. His kid doesn't know he's at WrestleMania. Eric, you got to take that heart of gold of yours out of your body. I don't know. You keep setting yourself up for these things again. Did you not realize something horrible would happen?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You didn't.
No.
You decided to be nice again.
Yeah. Boy, that don't work.
No, because what happened on Friday? I don't understand. Friday, the story of the day was Erock wormed his way to go and pretended to help Sam. And that story was the story that was put on the air by who? The guy that you just bought C-Nation gear for. Hustle, loyalty, respect. It says hustle, loyalty, and respect, Eric. Now, I have never seen you hustle. You're a loyal guy, but I'm going to tell you this. Not that Opie obviously has no respect for you because he's taken the gift Although the other wristband says you can't see me. So maybe that was the problem, that you went to give Opie a gift for his kid, and he simply couldn't see you. I find that hard to believe well, don't worry about what that's based on. But I do find it difficult to believe that he couldn't see you. How do you feel?
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
You're a little perturbed, aren't you?
He was pissed.
He was pissed, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He still is.
It's that moment where you just realize you're like, fuck.
I look like an asshole right now. You feel like an asshole?
No, not that. I think you just feel screwed.
Do you feel like an asshole, Eric?
Once again, something is being given away, so yeah, I don't learn.
Like a dick, right?
Yeah.
Like the Islander picture.
That's true. I mean, yeah, this is the guy that you gave the Islander poster to.
Yeah.
You're always trying to get somebody something. It's one thing if it's like a special thing and he's like, oh, I want this. But it's another. It's strange to go up and be like, "Hey, Opie, I found some John Cena shit that I just purchased. You can give it to your kid." And he's like, "What? What do you think of all this, Sal?"
I think it's hysterical.
Why?
Well, the thing is, Erock is genuinely a really, really nice guy.
Well, I know it says hustle, loyalty, respect, 10 years strong.
Because Erock, Erock is very generous and stuff like that, but he's, I don't know, man, just oblivious sometimes.
He's like that. He's like he's a beaten.
I
wife.
think he likes it. Yeah, I was thinking the same. I think Erock kind of likes it in the end.
He's a dog whose owner just keeps kicking him in the legs and putting cigarettes out on him and pouring buckets of piss on too. But the dog keeps coming back because he's like, maybe today he won't throw the bucket of piss on me. And then he goes, "Come here, boy, come here, come here." And Erock goes, "Oh, he sounds like he's in a good mood today." So Erock comes running over, and guess what happens?
Zip.
He gets no, it's a bucket,
Oh,
Sal.
it's a bucket,
It's a full bucket, and what he does is he spends every day pissing in a bucket, and he lets it collect. And he goes, "Come here, boy, come here, come here." And Erock goes, "Oh yeah, cool. I'll bring my John Cena stuff that I just bought for your kid." And splash, bucket of piss.
I think maybe is it something that Eric's trying to relive in himself? You know, like
No,
buying Cena shit.
I think Erock had a wonderful childhood, didn't you, Erock? You got all kinds of goodies when you were a kid, right?
I grew up in a good household.
Yeah, you grew up with a well-to-do family.
Yeah.
You wanted for nothing.
I liked my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's anything like that. I think
No, I was buying for another kid, and I picked those up along with it. I was like, oh,
what'd you buy for the other kid?
for my nephew. I bought him some Cena stuff.
Kids love Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I think Erock would really like to have a relationship with Opie that's deeper than what he has. And so he does nice things for him. For instance, and I didn't have a problem with him doing this, but I mentioned on the show today, I had an extra parking pass for WrestleMania because I was not going to drive there. I was able to take a bus that had a police escort. So I didn't have to worry about that. And so...
I asked you.
And so, right, so I picked up my parking pass. And I told Erock, I have an extra parking pass. I already picked it up, and I have an extra one because I had known that Opie and Jim were talking about that they didn't have parking. And Erock said, let me have the parking pass, and I'll give it to Opie. And I said, great. You know, it makes my life easier. If you want to be the one to go and find Opie and give it to him, then you go do that. You know, perfect. Sounds great. And he did. And he took the pass. And then he went out of his way because he already lives in Jersey, and that's where the show was.
Wait,
he came in the city?
Yeah. He came into the city.
Well, I picked somebody else up too.
Yeah, okay.
He came in.
Shut the fuck up, Sal. You weren't even there.
But you do that sort of stuff all the time where you try to like sideswipe someone to you get the credit.
No,
you know?
I'm
I
not saying.
swiping him, asshole. If we had tickets and parking passes and we didn't give it to them, and they come in on Monday bitching and complaining for traffic or whatever, and they find out that we have these
Eric,
passes.
I was here on Friday. I know the whole story. I got.
Well,
Really? Were you?
You weren't here all day Friday.
What do you mean?
You're a little late, little tardiness.
Just about 15 minutes late.
I heard more like 45 minutes late.
No, I got here at 5:45.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's. I guess that's kind of. Most of us get here at 5, so we'll go 45 minutes late.
Okay. So
Most
you
of us
say what
get
you
here
want,
at
yeah.
5. But no, I don't think Erock wasn't trying to sideswipe because he wasn't being secretive about it. He was like,
but Erock probably wouldn't say it. Only if he was asked, like, "Hey, where'd you get this pass from?" You know, then he would say it.
well, I mean, and again, I don't care. I don't need
I know,
whatever.
But just Erock does that sort of shit. It's annoying.
What?
It's just like you would do that sort of thing. Like you'd be very secretive, you know?
There was no fucking secret with it, Sal. It was if we didn't let him know we had a pass, and then Monday came around, they were bitching about it, we would get shit on for it.
Has he
So
ever?
I just asked him, I'm like, you have an extra pass? We should give it to Hope. That was it.
Has he ever done something like that to you, where it's like maybe something you did and then he put his name on it, type of thing? Because that's what you're kind of.
Yeah, well, I mean, Erock used to give me a lot of his work, and then I got to a point where I just told him I'm not.
Yeah, because I was told, give Sal something to do. And that's what I did. And because stuff was delegated to you, you go, I ain't fucking doing your work.
No, what are
Why-
you talking about? I
how
did,
come,
it, I did
Erock-
it for months, and then I just realized I have other priorities I got to work on, so that's it. So I went on to other things.
Erock, how come you were told to give Sal something to do?
When we hired him, I was told, what can we give Sal? What do we have to give him?
But like, what is that? I don't understand. Like for me, it's like nobody tells me. Nobody would ever say, "Hey, you need to find something for Sam to do," because I'd be like, "I'm fucking busy right now. Why are you taking time out of your day to find something for me to do? I'm doing shit." Like, how come Sal needed something to be found for him to do? Was he not? He wasn't doing anything.
This was when they were determining what Sal was actually going to do here when we hired him.
Has that determination been found?
I think everyone's still confused on that.
Okay, everybody's still a little mixed up on it. Troy, have you been hearing this?
Yeah. Well, I was here Friday,
Yeah.
and Sal was really venting about Erock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, this is the type of bullshit. And you remember when I brought this up.
And this is what I told him in the office, too, by the way.
This is why I brought this up before. Eric's not around. We're not on the air. We're doing whatever. If he doesn't have to be responsible for his words,
Right.
he's all talk.
Oh, he was livid.
Okay, you want an example? I'll give you an example.
No, well, explain why you were upset on Friday.
Because yeah, Erock was relaying all these messages that I needed to give to the interns on Friday. When it's like, Erock, you have their number, you have all their contact. Just do it yourself. Why does there have to be a middleman to only complicate the situation
Because I
further?
was told when I'm not going to be here, it had to be relayed, everything that needed to be taken care of to everybody else. So that's what I did. And I do that every time if I'm not going to be here.
Why would you
Just
make
because you
it-
don't want to fucking do anything because somebody tells you something.
That's not the case. If you're still boss of the interns, regardless if it's a Monday or
yeah,
a
but
Saturday.
I'm not here.
But you
so
have their
you're
numbers.
here.
So why would you relay the message through me? That's only going to further. It's only going to take whatever
Eric,
you want
do you
done
think Sal?
earlier.
Do you think Sal has a problem with delegation?
Sal has a problem. It seems to be with anybody telling him that, hey, you have something to do, and he goes, no, I don't want to do anything.
No, I've never said no. I don't want to do anything. I just have an issue when you're trying to relay a message through me when you're the boss of the interns.
Here's what I think of that. And Troy, you're pretty good at giving a truthful opinion. I think that Erock would give Sal the information because then somebody here would be responsible for the interns doing it. That if somebody in Jersey, like if I'm an intern, right, and somebody in Jersey tells me don't forget to clean up the studio, and I go okay, and then I just walk home, nobody knew that I had to clean up the studio.
Right.
Because the dude's in Jersey. Now, if somebody in Jersey told somebody that was here to tell me as an intern to do it, somebody's going to make sure it gets done.
Well, I mean, an employee has to be accountable for the work. You
Right.
can't just give it to an intern and say, "Well, I texted the intern." So the employee's got to be accountable for it.
Erock, it was all well known that Erock was coming back later that day.
And it was Erock was doing the countdown, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eric.
So you know, my question, if I was Sal, would be like, "Well, you said you're going to do it, so why don't you just do this? I'm working on this other thing." Like that's usually your job. You're coming back to do it.
Was that what it was in relation to, Eric? I'm a little confused.
Because I did the countdown, and I did your show.
Right.
I built everything except the indie countdown.
Eric did, I mean, to Eric's credit, he went out there and he did good work with me. Now, like I said, everybody was saying, Eric, it was a goof that Eric was there as my helper.
Right.
To Eric's credit, he did good work for me. Mm-hmm. I said it from the beginning. I can't look at Gary or Rob or Steve Blatter and say, I need to take Eric away from the show to help me at WrestleMania.
Right.
However, if you will allow Eric to be there, he would be a big help, and he was a giant help there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Beyond that, he did all morning there with me, and then he came back, and he was here all afternoon working on stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did the countdown, and he did my Sunday show.
Yeah. So it's not like he tried to bail out of his work here.
Right, and that's why I'm a little confused, because I don't think he was trying to pawn anything off. He was here all.
When you're told when anybody is not going to be here, you have to make sure that the things that you're responsible for are being covered. Okay?
Yeah.
And the way things work around here is they need to document everything or know that somebody was talked to. So when things had to be laid out for what had to be taken care of during the show and after the show before I came back, That's what was done, and it was sent to Sal, it was sent to Travis, and it was sent to Rob.
What specifically?
I don't know
were the
what
me-
he's complaining
All right.
about because there was nothing out of like that was overwhelming for him that I asked to get done.
No, Eric,
What
it wasn't-
specifically
it wasn't-
were you
it wasn't
complaining
work
about?
That, it wasn't work that Eric was trying to give me.
What was the work?
It was to do the PDTs for the weekend. He's like, "Hey, is the intern still there?" I said, "I don't know, Eric. I'm doing my own things right now. I'm occupied with that. You have his number. Why don't you just contact
He wasn't
him?"
responding. That's why I wrote to you because you're here and he's supposed to be here.
Okay, regardless.
No, that's not. I mean, that's a fairly accurate response.
But Eric didn't tell me that. Eric's like, "Well,
Did you
Eric
ask him?
just- No, but Eric just
All
texted
right,
me
well,
this
then
whole
there's-
thing. Tell
well,
him
I don't
this.
think it's Eric's job to say, "Hey, Sal, just to set everything up. I've already spoken to the intern, but he's not picking up his phone. So if you wouldn't mind, if Eric says, "Hey, find out if the intern's still here and tell him to do this,"
It's
and
just
you
he
didn't
always do.
Yeah, but you
Eric
don't.
always does this
Yeah,
shit,
but you
though.
don't text him back and say, "Why don't you tell him yourself?"
I did.
You texted him back and
I'm
said,
pretty sure I didn't. I say I don't know where he is, or I don't even know what I texted you back. But
Okay, well then don't say I did and then give me something completely different and say, because the fact is that you just said, it sounds like you were upset and you just started talking about it with Troy and Roland, whoever was in the room.
It's just like why let me know then that I'm responsible for the interns now. I was never told that, oh, Sal, you're in charge of the interns if Eric's not here. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden now it's another thing I got to think about throughout the day that, oh, Eric's texting me to do work to tell the interns to do.
Well, it's not a matter of you don't have to be overarching in charge of the interns, but if Eric goes, "Hey, help me out with this," it's not crazy to be like, "Oh, okay, it's a weird day. Eric is in Jersey," because
I
whether you
understand
think
that,
he
Sam.
should be there or not,
No, it's
Gary and
I didn't
Opie
say
said
that.
he should be there,
I
so
didn't
he's
say
there.
I didn't say anything about
So
him
it's not
going there.
it's
or
not crazy for you to be like, "Oh, okay, I'll help him out and do this." Is it?
No, but I do understand both sides of the story here. I do understand because, first of all, it's frustrating for Eric because Sal a lot of times doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to put in the work that it takes. For that position.
I've always helped out Eric though.
For that position, and then at the same time,
What position?
For the associate producer position that Sal has.
Right, meaning the guy who sits there and is like, "Yo, I need this cut up. I need this," like grunt work.
At grunt work, and he's low man on the totem pole, which means he has to pick up a lot of the fucking bullshit that we've all had to go through.
Right.
Every one of us. So it's now his turn to do it, and he doesn't want to do it. So I understand Eric being frustrated on that end. But I also understand Sal with his frustration with Eric because I've worked closely with Eric in Sal's position. And Eric does do stuff that's just kind of like, will pawn off work just as much as he possibly can.
Do you feel that's what you're doing on Friday, Eric?
No,
You weren't.
it's not at all what I was doing on Friday.
And I'm not saying it was Friday, but I just do understand where Sal's coming from
I have the
sometimes.
text here. by
Okay,
the way.
what does the text say?
So throughout the show, I was coordinating with Sal on various things. Stuff that had to be given to Sal, your voice tracks, stuff like that. And then
Right.
after that, I said, "Did Alan leave because he wasn't picking up the phone?" I didn't tell Sal that part. I just
You
wrote to
don't-
him, "Did
okay,
Alan leave?"
okay.
Okay. Alan wasn't picking up his phone, and he said he's doing something for Troy, so that means he's here.
Okay.
So I said, "Here's the PDTs for the countdown, which means the pad data, the stuff you see on the screen for those listening. Give this to Alan to do the PDTs," which is also what I said in the email the other day that
Okay,
I would
that's
provide
fine.
this for the intern
That's
to do.
fine.
And he just writes back, "Call him. I don't know where he is."
So Sal's issue was that he didn't want to tell the intern to do the work.
It's not about. I didn't know that Eric wasn't able to get in touch with it. In my mind, I thought the scenario was Eric is just telling me to do something just to tell the
Yeah,
intern
but that
he's not-
seems to happen all the time, where
And-
even the littlest thing that has to be covered
this isn't
by
even,
anybody
but
here.
It's not even real work.
Yeah.
It's just all you had to do was go tell the intern to do it.
I honestly I didn't know that Eric couldn't get in touch with the intern.
And this
What
goes back,
difference does it
This
make?
goes back to the original thing that started this, where he was complaining about the emails I sent out. The email was to cover the bases, so not only that the stuff that I wasn't here for could be taken care of, but everything for the show, the channel, whatever, until I got back was being taken care of. So how is that being a pain in the ass, giving you work and being irresponsible?
the email you sent, I understood. Like I had, I
you
had, I
just were
understood all
complaining
that.
that started all. Of
Do
this.
you have so much on your plate that, like you said, you're busy concentrating on everything? Is there so much on your plate
No.
that you couldn't walk up the hallway
I interpret it as Erock was pulling a power move to make me get.
He's got more power than you.
No, but Erock does this sort of stuff though. He does this sort of like where he wants you to just show that he has power around, just to make you do shit, just to inconvenience.
Guess
what
what?
am I doing to inconvenient you?
It's just I get that I just get that feeling from you sometimes. I get that feeling where you'll assign me something that you could just easily do yourself, have it handled quicker, but you want to give it to me just because you can give it to me.
Yeah, but you know what? When Raw Dog ran the Louis C.K. segment from the other day, Thursday,
because they can get him as a guest.
okay,
What?
from Thursday's show. Louis was on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So Rob comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, Raw Dog's going to run this segment." He goes, "Can you voice it?" I go, "Of course, yeah, I'll host for Raw Dog because I've hosted for Raw Dog before." And he goes, "Okay, yeah, we can just cut out this part and start from there." And I said, "No, I'm not going to edit it. Like, I can edit it. It wouldn't take me long. I know how to edit, but I'm not going to because I spent a lot of time editing, and now I'm not going to do that." And so it was pawned off probably on you or somebody else.
Yeah, I did it, but that makes sense though.
But then how come Erock can't be like, just go find the intern?
No. It's a different scenario there. Something like that needs to get done quickly, expeditiously. It needs to happen right away. But then Erock will give me something that it's just part of his routine that he usually does throughout his week or whatever like that. It's like, just do it yourself. I'd like to continue on the other work that I'm working on.
What specifically, though? Because all I hear specifically is this thing where you didn't want to go look for the intern.
No, it wasn't that I interpreted
because you're watching
it
drumming videos.
I apologize that. I apologize for that. I thought Erock was just trying to be an asshole to me. That's all.
Don't apologize for it because you do the same thing again. You don't apologize for it.
What do you mean I'll do the same thing?
You don't think Erock was being an asshole?
Do I think? I didn't know he wasn't able to get in touch with the intern. Therefore, at that moment in time, yes, I did think.
But then why wouldn't you have asked him?
What's up?
Why wouldn't you have asked him?
I told him. I said call the intern, and he didn't write anything back. So I'm assuming he just wasn't calling the intern.
Yeah, but don't you think that's a pain in the ass text to get from somebody who is your subordinate?
Yeah, we were pulling down. Remember, I was the last one there with the internet feed because they were wrapping everything up because I had to send everything out.
We were putting together 4 shows from the Izod Center. We had stuff on our plate. I'm saying.
And I'm writing him. I'm not even thinking of the fact that to say, "Oh, I called Alan. He's not picking up." But when I just said, "Did Alan leave?" No. He's doing something for Choice. Okay, so he's there. Here's the PDTs. Can you make sure he's doing this? Give him a call. I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
And what he was doing for me could have easily been on hold.
And I wasn't saying that whatever he's doing for Troy isn't important or any of that stuff.
The thing that for me, if Sal's in the office, and this is the whole thing, it doesn't matter what anybody was doing, because I heard the text that you just read, Erock.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you would respond to Erock and say, call Alan, instead of just calling Alan yourself.
Yeah, I just thought Erock was trying to be an asshole to me. That's the only reason why.
You always think that, and that's not the case.
But that sounds like you're being an asshole. Because you're saying call Alan instead of being like, yeah, I will help you out because we work together.
Right. No, I understand. It just didn't make sense to me because Erock was coming back to here to work. So I didn't realize that he was trying to give the intern the work earlier then so that he wouldn't have to do it when he got there. You know what I mean?
But I
back
said
here
that in the email also the day before I left that the intern was going to do the PDTs once Sam and I finished everything.
I don't understand any of it because I don't understand why it would be any more complicated than...
I understand.
Oh, let me just go call Alan.
In retrospect, I have a greater understanding of the situation. Now,
this is crazy to me.
I know. There's nothing here.
There is something here because we have to analyze the fact that you can't just like read a text and do what the text says.
Well, there's been Sal is frustrated because I think he thinks a lot of work has been pawned off on him from Erock. So, like a lot of Erock's work that he could handle has just been given to Sal to do. So Sal, I think, is just frustrated and was like, "Oh, this is another example of this."
It mainly comes from Erock. When you guys give me work that you need a hand with, it's usually a little more. How do you describe it? A little more intricate, I guess. A little more technically involved.
Makes sense to you.
Yeah, it makes
like
sense.
It makes
work
sense
he wants to do versus work he doesn't want to do is what it is.
Yeah,
because the work that was given to Sal has always been approved by somebody down the hall.
So you think that when Troy and me give you work, it's that Troy and me have our specialties. This doesn't fall into that, so we give it to you,
right?
Or is it that you like the work that Troy and me give you, and you don't like the
if
stuff?
anything, the work you guys give me is much more involved. It's not necessarily more pleasing.
It's not more creative.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So doesn't that make it more interesting?
To an extent, but, but for a lot of the work that Erock is giving me is just simple like
loading.
It's just like it's just
utility
mindless
work.
work. Yeah.
So that's the problem then. You don't like doing the mindless work.
It's not that I like doing it. It's just like if he needs it done, why can't he just do it himself when I could be doing other things?
Well,
you know what I mean?
you also got to understand that Erock is 2 levels above you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I understand the power rankings and all that sort of stuff.
He's a senior producer, so I mean, technically, he can say, "Do all my fucking work," and sit there and just delegate the work. Now, that Erock wouldn't do that, nor would it be fair for him to do that. But I mean, technically, he could.
I mean, that's Sal's job,
right? And the other problem, I think, is there's no boss that the employees fear. Do you know what I mean? That's running the show where they're like, they tell Sal like, you need to do this because like really like Erock can't fire Sal.
No,
he can't. Put him on suspension. So it's like there's nobody that has that authority that works directly with the show.
Let me talk to some of these folks. People have opinions. Kevin in Texas, you're on the after show.
2 things. First off, Sam, you did a great job yesterday. It was badass.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, and by the way, the WrestleMania show, and I got a lot of comments from people who enjoyed it even though they weren't wrestling fans. So if you have any interest in me doing interviews with wrestlers, it's going to go up on demand. We can get it up later today, right, Erock?
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, we'll get it up. I'm sure Erock will just ask Sal to do it.
I was going to say,
we'll get it,
and then I'll go do it. So.
We'll have it up on demand later today. It's got like new interviews with like CM Punk and Paul Heyman and Dolph Ziggler. I asked Dolph Ziggler about Amy Schumer, so it was exciting. But go on, Kevin.
That was cool. Second thing, Sal is a whiny bitch.
Oh.
He's not a team player. He's, why not? Why question anything? Just get the goddamn job done and be happy that you're there. Erock's got seniority. You got seniority. Just get the things done and move ahead. Quit being I hear this day in, day out on this show. Sal's always the whiny bitch.
What about that, Sal? What about just get the job done?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And get it done properly.
Yeah. I mean, when Erock ever gives me something, I always do it properly. I don't like purposely fuck it up or anything like that. I always do it quickly and efficiently. I think that's very important thing to do.
Yeah, but then you have something to say about it.
Of course.
Well, I mean, that's part of it though. Like,
I'll just stop bitching about it then.
Well, no, it's not a matter of just don't be vocal about it. It's a matter of if you have reason to complain, if you think you have reason to complain about tasks being given to you, then by all means complain. I think the issue is whether or not you actually have something to complain about. Like, it doesn't sound, in this instance specifically, I don't see what you had to complain about. This one sounds like Erock was in the right and was just like, just call this kid for me. I'm doing stuff over here, and you were like, oh, fuck Erock. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
is that far from the truth?
No, that's exactly what happened. So, yeah.
Let me talk to Gus in Houston. What's up, Gus?
Hey, I know the whole Sal's a whiny bitch. I think that's just a foregone conclusion, so I'm not even going to make that point.
Good.
I think that he confuses on-air Erock with Erock is my superior off-air. So off-air, it's not a fucking bit. Dude, they ask you to do something, shut the fuck up and do it. You don't have to know why. It's called being a grunt. You have to pay your dues. I'm tired of this. Oh, my God, I'm so tired of this entitled bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. You have to pay your dues. You want to get somewhere in this business. I can see why Opie fucking hates you because he has to pay his dues.
I'm not sure. Yeah, thanks, Gus.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Do you want to get somewhere in this business, or you don't care?
Of course.
No. Tell me the truth.
Absolutely. I would love to advance further.
No. I know you would love to advance further. Who wouldn't love to advance further? But do you want to go further in this business, or is this paying the bills while we work on music?
I love working here. I love working for the show. Of course, I want to further myself. Yeah.
Do you really love working for this show?
I do. I genuinely do. I hear like my friends who have other jobs. Like I have by far the most exciting job.
Yeah, because I don't believe you. Because if I were in your position, I would not love working for this show. Many times I don't love working for this show, and I kind of have a pretty sweet deal here. I think
that's fair of everybody here.
What
you just said.
Oh, yeah. But, like, if I were in Sal's position, I would think most days I wouldn't like working for the show. I mean, Erock, I would assume your worst days on the show are when you're getting shit upon, correct?
Yeah.
Those are the days that you like working on the show least, correct?
Well, who would enjoy that?
Correct. Which is why, I mean, it happens to you a lot. Which is why it would make me think I wouldn't like that.
And he's not going to say that he hates the show because then everybody's going to be like, fucking good, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he has to say, like, oh, no, I do like working here.
Well, he also said, too, that he hears from a lot of people that like the show that you have a really cool job. So he might like the appeal of the job to other people.
He likes to go out and be like, "Yo, look where I work."
No, I don't think he flaunts it, but I think he likes hearing when people say, "Oh, that they know he works on the
Oh
show."
shit!
that
You
this
got
is
a
great
picture with
job.
Mike Tyson. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So that's why he's liking the job, not because radio was his thing.
And I'm sure he likes the interest in him on, social media sites
Right.
and stuff like that because it's like all of a sudden people care about you.
And it doesn't hurt. He's in the music industry. It doesn't hurt. He meets an artist and he's like, "Yeah, I work at Sirius XM."
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he wants advance in radio. I don't think. I
That's
think
what
he wants advance in radio production, and or in audio production. That's why he likes the stuff that we give him because it's doing what he does.
Is that true or false?
I mean, I love. Okay, I could say this for a fact. I love working with Troy and Sam because I was pointing at you guys.
Okay.
Way more than I like working with Eric because
Okay.
it's much more creative and it has a.
But was Troy right in the sense that you want to improve your audio production skills, not necessarily move further, advance in the radio industry?
I would like to have more position of like what Troy has, where it's more
production,
all day radio production, as opposed to doing the phones for 4 hours and then doing the other things.
Yeah, you got to understand, man. I had to do all that shit too.
No,
dude.
I'm not.
That'd be like an intern coming in and being like, "So I would really like to get a job like Sam has, where he gets to go and interview wrestlers."
Yeah.
I
just told you just asked what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do.
It's fair.
I'm not saying give me that job.
Sal's at a way better advantage than I was when I started because
shit.
I mean everybody that remembers that was listening back at the time, I was trying to get Pro Tools. I couldn't get it.
Yeah,
for 2.5, 3 years, they would not give me Pro Tools. Sal, day one starting, had Pro Tools at his desk.
So Pro Tools is this, the editing stuff that we make the production with. And Troy's battle cries, his original complaints, because he's always had, progressively, you've always had some kind of complaint.
Yes.
But the original complaint that was brought to the show was, they won't give me the tools needed to complete this job.
Right.
Correct? That was the battle cry,
And I
wasn't
was
it?
doing work at home.
Right.
I mean, do you think Sal would take production home to do it at home?
Sal once told me, "I'm not going to do shit at home."
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I looked at him like, what?
I mean, I have a different mentality now.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would do shit at home?
Yeah, I mean, I do one sheets at home. I work on stuff like that
Okay.
at my place, but yeah.
Grizz in Boston.
Fuck it and suck it, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
What's going on? I just wanted to let Troy know Joe DeRosa headlined at the WrestleCon at the $5 wrestling show at midnight Saturday night.
He did?
Yes, he did, and boy, did he suck a big bag of dick.
Oh, come on, Grizz.
Hey, it wasn't just me. I thought he was all right, but he got a bad reaction. Those nerds did not like DeRosa.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for calling in, Grizz, but that's...
No problem, dude.
We were talking about something else entirely. That's totally...
Out of all the calls, we picked that one.
No, I didn't know. This is blind. We don't have a phone screener, unfortunately. Denise in New York.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I just wanted to say I've listened to your show from the start every day. I love it.
Thank you.
But it's getting to the point that it's every day self-complaining. It's not that he doesn't want to do mindless work.
Right.
He doesn't want to do any work.
Mm.
I don't know why you keep him around. I really don't.
It's tough to fire somebody in this.
It's
day and
really
age.
hard.
It is.
It's even harder just to move him to a different position.
You know what it is? It's because it's lawsuits. It's people are afraid of wrongful termination lawsuits, and Sal strikes me as the type that would possibly complain to parents and sue a company. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, because he'd be like, "Well, I was gay, and now they fired me because I was gay."
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. Anyway, I'm just hanging out with my boyfriend right now. You think? Would you ever do that? Would you sue Sirius if they fired you today, based on the after show? They were like, Jesus
You just
Christ.
played the clip of Troy calling me gay. Is that what you're saying?
No. If they were like, Jesus Christ, Sal really does have a piss poor attitude. He wouldn't call the intern because he didn't want to make a phone call because Erock was working in New Jersey. Sal, you're fired. Would you then go and try to twist it and be like, they fired me because I'm gay?
No, I would never say. I would never imply such a thing because I'm
Why?
not gay.
What?
Yeah, I know it's a shocker to you somehow.
What?
I mean, frankly, if we're just gonna do bits, we'll just do bits. Then if we're not gonna be honest. Tony in Jersey.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
I don't think that Sal would survive at any other job anywhere. So he better love his job there. How many employees get to not do their work and then come up with excuses why they didn't want to do it and discuss it and still keep their job?
Pretty much, I think it's pretty much just in terms of that description, I think pretty much just Sal and Erock. Just those two, pretty much.
It's just like you can't pick and choose your work.
Right.
Eric is your boss.
Right.
When your boss tells you to do something, you do it. You shouldn't have an excuse. I'm just going to do my work now. That's how I get ahead. That's how people like me, and then that's how I succeed. Not, well, I'm going to question this. I don't want to do that. That's just crazy. That's not any other job. Nowhere.
I think the problem is Eric's not really his boss. I mean,
He's his
above,
superior.
he's above him in rank.
He's his superior.
But like I said, he can't. You know, if Sal's fucking up, he can't suspend him.
Can Eric tell you what to do?
Yes.
He can.
Yeah.
Do you have to listen to him? I'm not. This isn't a trick question.
No, I mean, Eric can absolutely tell me what to do.
I don't pay attention to how things work, so I don't. I mean, I know that Eric's title is above Sal's title, but I don't know if Eric can actually tell Sal what to do.
When the show is on, anything that anyone asks me, I do.
Right. But then the show is off for many hours.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean,
can he tell you what to do in your mind?
Yeah.
If Eric tells you what to do, is it like your boss telling you what to do?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would definitely help him out.
So if your boss, the person who hires and fires you, said, "I need you to tell this to the intern," you would text your boss back and say, "Call him yourself."
But Eric, like Troy's saying, Eric isn't my boss.
So he's not. That's what I'm saying. So he can't tell you what to do.
He can though because of the seniority and tenure ranking.
Yeah, but you don't have to listen.
I don't have to listen, but I do it.
See, there really isn't like a boss.
Eric, are you Sal? Does Sal have to listen to you?
Yeah, he should.
He should, and that's the difference. I think
he should.
He doesn't have to
because.
But
most of the time, when there's a reason behind things that have to be done or whatever, and you don't need to be like, well, why the fuck are you telling me to do this, or I'm not going to do this because you told me to do it. It's like, why do I have to fight with him all the time over dumb shit?
Usually I do. If you ask me to do something, I usually do it. When the show is on, no, I don't even ask questions. It's just get it done ASAP, whatever it needs to be done.
Is that true, Eric?
For the most part.
Okay.
But when we're off air, let's say, it just sometimes it's confusing to me for Eric to be like, hey, can you do this for me, when it's just something that Eric traditionally does, or he could just do quicker himself.
But to be fair, and we've all been here, so I'm not just casting blame on you.
Yeah.
But you do get off on saying no to Eric.
It's amazing.
Okay.
It's so much fun.
Eric, do you find it fun?
No. And then he complains when I go, okay, you don't want to listen to this, and I go a step higher, and then he complains, why did you tell them? Because you didn't do what was told.
You rat him out a lot?
All the time.
When it's important, yeah.
He rats you out a lot?
Oh, yeah. I've heard from many people that
who?
Doesn't matter.
I see him on the emails.
Who do you rat him out to?
Boss Cross.
Rob Cross?
Yeah.
Is that who it is? That's who you were talking about?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Who are you talking about, Gary?
Travis has told me that Eric's gone to Travis before and said that, like,
this is the fucking craziest thing in the world. I go, who's Eric ratted you out to? And Sal goes, it doesn't even matter. And the big reveal is Travis. He didn't want to. He didn't want to name drop.
I went to Steve Blatter and was telling him.
He didn't want to name drop Travis. Travis, I hope you're not mad at Sal back there in the office.
No, because when there's an issue and I tell some of the bosses, they said, "Did you talk to Travis yet?" And it's either yes or no. So I have to. So the chain of command is I have to go to Travis, and then
so
after
fucking
Travis,
weird
it goes
around
up.
here.
I know
that. I think
it's so fucking weird, isn't it, Troy?
It's just bizarre. It's just like sending this person to here to there.
Nobody wants to be the boss.
Nobody is the boss.
You know what happens? After this, I'll tell you all what happens. I'll let everybody in, okay? Because everybody wonders. This is one of the main questions I get when I meet people and we're talking everything. It's like, what do you really do for Opie and Anthony? And I try to explain that Opie, Anthony, and Jim are a fairly self-sufficient unit. Meaning, you put stuff in front of them you think that they might like, and then you just see what they do. And you kind of just have to be there as they go to pick up on whatever it is that they're doing and try to make their time easier. Right?
Right.
Now, when they're gone, basically what happens is management opens up a cell, like a jail cell, and they shove everybody who works on the show in the jail cell, and they give us some pads of papers and computers, and they go, okay, come up with some shit, and then they leave.
Yeah.
And then everybody just fights.
Yeah.
And everybody throws their shit at each other, and Roland pours club soda on himself. That's basically...
That's and water.
And some water,
Thank
too.
you.
That's basically what happens, which is crazy town.
Yeah. Because there is nobody that's holding it together.
And then a young guy like Sal comes in, and he's like, oh, fuck it, every man for himself. This is great. Lord of the Flies. I know who Piggy is, and it's not going to be me. right? Have you ever read Lord of the Flies?
Yeah.
Eric, that wasn't a joke about you being fat. There is
I
a
know
character
it was
named
a character,
Piggy.
I know.
Do you think you're Piggy in this Lord of the Flies?
Sure, why not? Keep the story moving.
Do you think you are? Don't smash his glasses, Sal. If I see you smash Eric's glasses, I'm going to be
What are the
pissed.
glasses? Didn't he get it smashed in the head with a boulder or something?
That was later.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. You read Lord of the Flies, right?
Yeah.
Patrick in Connecticut. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Sal, you seem like a decent guy. I kind of identify with you because you had a kind of a upper class upbringing.
Well-to-do. He wanted for nothing.
Yeah, well, and there is a stigma when you're raised like that of, well, technically I don't have to do this because in the end my parachute is much larger than most people.
Right, you got that big golden parachute.
Right.
Unfortunately,
right.
what Sal doesn't realize is that big golden parachute is just weighing him down to the ground, just rushing him quickly to the field.
That's absolutely true. I struggle with that too. But I recently started a year and a half ago in real estate, and I work for this big shot in Fairfield County. And Sal, if you think what you're being required to do or asked to do is stupid and mundane, I had a fucking open house on the other side of Fairfield County, and I'm required to then drive to his open house afterwards to pick up the signs in his yard. Now, let me he is there. He is at that house.
Yeah.
But I'm required to drive over there and pick those signs up. And I don't fucking ask questions. I just do it. All the other stuff, I'll be on my way home, driving 20 minutes, and then I'll get a call saying, hey, I need you to go do this, and I have to go turn around and go all over the place. I've driven, in about 3 months, I've driven about 13,000 miles. So you really need to just, I'm not saying this
to pick up signs? 13,000 miles to pick up signs.
No, and showings and all that crap. I'm saying in the last 3 months, I've driven 13,000 miles.
How pissed would you be, Sal, if Eric was like, Sal, I need you to come over to my house. There's some rocks on my lawn. I need you to brush them off. He would.
Yeah.
Eric would do it?
Sign guy, whoever he is, that's Eric.
That's Eric being like, well, Eric, you are the guy who's been here the longest time. You have garnered the authority to be able to ask people to remove signs from your lawn. Am I right?
Yeah.
Guess so,
Yeah.
Now, let me put it this way. And now I've been doing this for a little over a year and a half. I don't have to do that shit anymore because we have a new person.
Right.
We have a new
But
person that does that shit.
I'll tell you what, Patrick, if you had been complaining about this the whole way and you had been difficult about it, would you still be picking up signs?
No, not at all. I'd be done. I'd go back to corporate or something. There's
Right.
no way. There's no questions, man. You just do it, man. Like the other guy said. Pay your dues, and you'll eventually, if you stop complaining about it and you just do it, people recognize that stuff. And not to sound all cheesy, but that's how you further yourself.
I understand what you're saying. I don't
Thanks,
really,
Patrick.
I don't really complain from anyone else except for Eric.
Because you think he gives you a lot of grunt work that's really his work.
It's not a. It's just I don't know. I guess it's the manner in which he gives it to me, or it's just kind of like.
Is he disrespectful when he gives you work? Is he dismissive?
No, maybe
like
dismissive,
a
just
bit like you're a servant.
It's not that bad.
Oh,
but when, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if I were able to be working with Sam and Troy more often,
is that because you want to suck my dick?
Yeah, Sam, that's exactly it.
Oh, that's
no. In my
that
mind,
get
I'm
weird?
thinking.
Yeah. The other day, I'm talking about
No,
that got
Yeah.
weird, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right, go on, Sal.
Kidding. In my mind,
Yeah, sure. That's like he said he's kidding now, and it's like one of those things. Like, do you want to go out? And it's like, no, I know, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I would never do that.
Yeah, do you want to go to the prom with me? No, I already have a date. I know, I'm kidding. I do too. I'm joking. Totally joking. You didn't get that? Anyway, I'll see you later. Go on, Sal.
Anyway, what I was saying.
No, I'm not gay. I know, neither am I. I was kidding, bro. Anyway, peace out.
I don't want to hug.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. Should we hug each other? No, I know, right?
Yeah, no.
That's gross.
Yeah, it's totally. I'm with you. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty. What I was saying is by working in a more creative aspect.
Do you want to trade clothes or something? No, I'm good with my clothes. I know, me too. That's so stupid. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
I didn't wear special underwear.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Yeah.
Come on, Sam, I'm getting you to 11.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You're not.
So,
please, let me
I
tell you
know.
something,
I'm
Sal.
kidding,
You know who's
Sam.
getting me to 11?
I'm kidding, dude.
The same person who gets me to 11 every day. That's me.
Right.
I look around this studio almost every day, and you're in here almost every day. And you know what I see? A pile of no help from anyone.
Right.
Every day. All right, I have to fucking drag all of you. Not everyone in this
Sam,
room.
I'm just
Travis
kidding
is
with
good
you,
when he
bud.
comes in. Roland always has some dumb shit to say, and Troy's always good. But the rest of you, I have to drag till 11 o'clock out of you. Okay, like your sacks of rocks attached to my ankles.
I was just
so don't
kidding with you,
tell
Sam.
me what you're doing for me. Go on with what you were saying.
sound frustrated.
What I was saying
Well,
is,
he's an anchor on my belt. Who walks around with an anchor on their belt?
Willingly.
They're heavy enough to keep a boat from floating away, and I'm a human being. Anyway, as you were saying, Sal.
I think it's more beneficial for me to be working with you and Troy,
Right.
and a more creative element because that provides something.
Do you think
that I can add as opposed to something that
Right.
That,
Do you think
there's something
you're-
that work that Eric's giving me that just literally an intern could
Do you think
know what I mean?
your well-to-do background makes it so that you have this sort of aura of, at the end of the day, I don't need this?
No, I need it. My parents don't help me out anymore.
They would.
You don't need it.
You're not going to be homeless.
No.
I'm not gonna be homeless.
Right,
I
so
mean,
that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, like for instance, I know that if I lost this job, I'm not gonna be homeless. My parents aren't broke, so I'm never. I know going into life, I'm never gonna be homeless.
no. Yeah,
so
I mean, I
and
won't
that
be
kind,
homeless.
but this is all I want to do, so I need it. And these
Right.
fuckers at Sirius know it too. They got me by the fucking balls, and they all know it down there, don't they, Troy?
Oh yeah, stringing you along,
Bunch
buddy.
of assholes every day.
Stringing you along.
Just stringing me along. Oh, look at this, Sam. We got a little carrot for you. Oh, really? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh, just work hard.
Yeah, just keep working, though. It's a little higher. You can get it, though. Just keep reaching.
Maybe we'll reevaluate in a couple months.
They know it. They know they got me by the balls. Yeah, we're going to we usually don't do it, but 6 months. Come.
Yeah,
all right,
say
all right,
it.
all right, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
You know, you do this, it could be good for you,
Oh, really?
in the future.
I'll do it then.
They say reassess.
Right.
See, Sal has never worked. I've said this before. Sal's never worked a real job. He's never had to work hard. You know what I mean? He's never, been like having to fucking work in a factory or deal with a lot of bullshit and be the shithead in a factory.
But I also think that Sal is not going to be homeless. So you're going to be like, if your parents aren't helping you out anymore, but if you needed them to, they would. And that's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I don't fault you for
And
that.
he very well may be helping out. He's just not going to say it on
Yeah,
the
I mean,
air.
I think they're still probably paying his phone bill and some
Sure.
shit like that. Yeah, probably his cable. He's probably got like a sling box connected to his parents' house or something like that.
That
so they're
is
not.
true.
All right, so
That
they're
is
not
true.
technically paying for their, but it is your cable.
But I mean, yeah, how
You're
okay.
not paying for your own.
Right. I mean, people who watch television, a lot of them pay for it themselves.
Right.
Like adults, I'm talking about.
Right.
And you don't have like this desire to be like, well, this is make or break for me. Like I have to be here doing this. So it's like at the end of the day, you're like, I don't really need to do that. I don't. Is there a little of that you think?
I don't look at it as black and white like that. You know what I mean?
Shades of gray, like not like black or white. Like I don't need this. I do need this. A little of this. I don't.
He doesn't want to be in radio. He doesn't have a passion for radio. He doesn't want to be a
Right.
broadcaster. So his job, or what he does with production, can be done in music. It can be done in a million different ways. So
And that's why he's like, oh, this is fun. I like this. I'll do this. And then Eric's like, oh, could you hook me up with the worst of the week countdown?
yeah, that doesn't benefit his audio career.
Yeah, no.
Well, I think it's also the company or the show will be getting more out of me utilizing my strengths as opposed to
Yeah, I thought the same thing, but you have to do it.
yeah.
I mean,
that
dude,
was
what are you 23 years old?
20? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so you don't have any strengths.
It's
You're
like,
23.
dude, like you got to just fucking suck it up, man.
No, I understand.
And you got to let the people that have more strength than you in certain areas, they do what they do, and then you have to back them up, and then you slowly start moving your way up the ranks.
like
hang on. Let me talk to Joe in Jersey. What's up, Joe?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
By the way, great show yesterday. Amazing job.
Thanks, dude.
All right, so listen, I manage people and have for years. It doesn't matter what you're doing, what you think you're strong in. At the end of the day, whether you end up in radio, whether you move on, people are going to remember your work ethic, and it's garbage. The only thing that should come out of your mouth if someone, like Eric says, I need this done, is yes, and when do you need it? That's it. There are no other answers to this. Period.
Hey, Joe, do you want our Sudoku C Nation prize package?
That'd be awesome.
All right.
I got these too.
And do you want? Actually, no. I'll take those. I don't have ticket stubs.
He sounds like a nice kid, and I mean I don't know him, so I
Right.
can't speak personally of it, but it is pretty common that most young kids coming up, and it doesn't matter what field they're working in, is that there's zero initiative to this. And you were describing earlier that you would take on these tasks at work without asking to be told to. And he's taking it even to another level where someone's telling him this. When he's,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Not only is he not like being like, yeah, I'm just going to start doing this, but he's actually being asked to start doing it. He's like, that's not for me. That one's not for me.
People in my business will look for something very specific. Like, I'll just compare it to radio. You know, they want to know what radio experience you're having, what radio experience. They're forgetting the very basics of, how about just a responsible human being to start?
Right.
You know, and then we'll throw in some radio stuff on top of it.
All right, I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to give you the C Nation Sudoku prize package.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Erock, are you okay with Joe getting the C Nation gear that you bought for Opie's kid?
Sure, why not?
That's got to suck. It's fairly humiliating, isn't it, Travis?
Well, I mean, just to have it cast aside so quickly. I mean, it's 10:49.
He literally, Erock handed this to Opie at the end of the show, and immediately when Erock left the room, Opie said, "Does anybody want this?" And I was like, you know, I'd look a fool wearing C Nation wristbands around the office, so he said, "Give him to a caller."
He's wearing them now.
Yeah, he's on Fox Business.
Oh shit! What's John Cena doing on Fox? He's got the belt. See, the fucking Rock. He was doing all this press. He would never bring his belt with him.
Oh, he's not proud.
He's an asshole. That's why I'm in the C Nation. Are you in the C Nation, Sal?
I'm not really sure what that is. To be quite honest.
You son of a bitch. Frank in New York.
Hey, guys.
You in the C Nation, Troy?
Fuck no.
Oh. Go ahead, Frank.
Sal is the way he is because the Opie and Anthony show has a long, proud tradition of the inmates running the asylum. Whether it was Rick, Ben, Steve, rest his soul, you guys all treated them like shit.
True.
Every one of you. I mean,
Yeah.
he wants to be one of the cool kids.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what the thing is, though? At the end of the day, with all those people, even with Steve got it the worst on the air, but Steve could tell us to do things and they would actually get done.
Oh, yeah.
There'd be a lot of ball busting, but
A lot.
but they would get done. There was no like I would never, if Steve texted me and said, I need you to tell the intern something, I would never, I might send him a text that said error 404 and just be goofy, but then I would call the intern. I would never text Steve back and be like, call him yourself.
I can't tell you how many times Danny told Steve to go fuck himself on air.
Well, guess what? It didn't exactly work out that well for Danny, did it?
No, it did not.
No.
And for a show with no screener, you know everybody's name.
Huh? I'll talk to you later, Frank.
Yeah.
You feel like you learned something today, Sal?
Yep.
You know what I feel like, Travis?
What's that?
Sal gets these lessons like literally several times a week now.
Yeah.
In one ear, out the other every time.
Right out.
It is, right?
You know what? Here's the problem. Is, I agree with everybody's points here, but it's also so easy to just want to give Erock shit.
Right.
So, like, I can see where Sal would get caught up in the whole thing.
And you can get away with not doing shit.
Yeah, because there's no boss.
Right. So you could be like, oh, how about Eric's like, hey, Sal, can you help me out in the countdown? Hey, Erock, can you help me out go fucking yourself?
Yeah. Fuck you, dickhead.
And it's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, nothing
pussy?
will happen.
Yeah. Hey, Piggy, what are you going to do,
Yeah.
bitch?
Yeah.
Give me your glasses. I'm going to smash them. Don't do that shit, Sal. That's Piggy in there. I got Piggy's back because he was helpful at WrestleMania. Okay?
All right.
Don't break his glasses. And
won't.
definitely don't smash him with a boulder.
No.
I'm going to go over to the Fox business office across the street and see if John Cena wants to hang out because he's also in his wrestling gear there. And I love when John Cena's in his yellow T-shirts and stuff because he always wears his suit. By the way, if you want to see any more, I did all of my wrestling interviews. If you enjoyed them at all, the whole WrestleMania special is going to be on demand. That's the whole Radio Row show that Erock and me taped from WrestleMania Radio Row on Friday and on youtube.com/notsam. Already posted John Cena, CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, Big Show interviews, and there'll be more throughout the week and today.
And can this be it
all
for the
that
wrestling
stuff.
for a long time?
Not on the after show, my friend. Not on the after show.
Like it's enough.
I can't make that commitment.
Like it's
to
been
you.
the past fucking how many weeks? It's just
one
like,
is the answer.
No, it's been a little bit longer.
Well, it's been mentioned, but it's been one intensive week.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been intensive.
Just a constant bombardment of wrestling.
And it happened again today, didn't it?
No, not the whole after
First
show.
hour.
Well,
first hour of the show today.
That's when I took a dump.
Yeah, well.
Do you think this will be the last time we talk to Sal?
No.
No, we'll have the same conversation with him, and within 52 hours, we'll have the same conversation.